so today we're doing steaks, and this happens to be my favorite cut. These are bone-in ribeyes. Nice thick cut, about an inch, which is what I really like. Ribeyes are great because they've got great marbling in them. For me, it's the best. And you can see the bone right here. With the bone, you've got, the meat around the bone is just fantastic. So I don't do much with steaks. All I really do is use Montreal seasoning and get a nice little coating of Montreal on the steak. I'm going to do it on both sides, pressing it a little bit because I do want that to stay on there. Oop, I got a piece of paper. And that's really it for the prep. I'm going to let this sit in there for a little bit. And we're going to go to the grill in a little bit. Alright, so here we've got our bone-in ribeyes. And we're ready to put them on the grill. This is a direct grilling on high. I've got charcoal in there and I've got a nice hunk of oak. Oak wick steak is fantastic. And really, it's real high. You want to get these things, not so they're burning, but you want to get them with nice crust on them. You certainly don't want a lot of flame on it, but you want a nice crust on them. So here we go. Now some people will put oil on the steaks. I don't do that. There's enough fat in these ribeyes. And I oiled the grate. If you put oil on them, you're more likely to have flare-ups. So all I want to do is get them right over the hot, very well laid out coals down there. I want to sear them good. My oak's going to give me flavor. We're about, like I said, about 3 inches above the coals, so pretty high there. I want that on a real high heat. And I'm going to do it for about 3 minutes per side. I'll say this again, but 2 things you can't do with a steak. 1, don't overcook it. Definitely don't. And 2, you got to let it rest. We'll talk about the resting part again in a little bit, but don't overcook it. So about 3 minutes per side for this 1-inch steak. That will be about a medium rare, and that's what I'm looking for. Nice little crust, real nice and red inside, and we'll get back with the finishing. All right, here I've had the steaks on one side for about 3 minutes, so I'm going to flip them. I'm not worried about the fancy grill marks and all that stuff. I just want them cooked appropriately. Again, never overcook steaks. So there they are. In a few minutes, we're going to take them off. We're going to let them rest for 5 minutes at least, 5 to 8 roughly, somewhere in there. And I'm going to show you an optional step should you want to take it. Alright, so this is the optional finishing step. Many of the restaurants you go to, many of the really good steakhouses will do this. And I don't always do it. I don't often do it, actually. But it makes it good. So the steak, right? This is a 1-inch bone-in ribeye. Had it about 3 minutes per side. Medium rare. 2 rules: never overcook the steak and let it rest for 5 to roughly 8 minutes. This guy's been resting. So what I'm going to do now is finish it with a little butter. And all I have is melted butter and a brush. I'm going to very generously get melted butter on the top. You could do both sides, but that's a little gilding the lily, so to speak, I think. So we're just going to get a nice little coating of butter on top. And that is, to me, the perfectly cooked steak.